How to diversify your e-commerce revenue, but without wasting budget. When I'm speaking to clients or prospects regularly and I speak to them about adding additional channels in, the first kind of panic look that comes over their face is always explained by, we don't want to waste budget. We know what works well and we're going to stick with it. Diversification done well drives revenue and that extra cash flow rather than burning it, which is often people's misconception and main concern. So how can you go about working out and finding that balance to a point that's really going to maintain your ROI whilst introducing new channels into your ecosystem? First, audit your current mix. Identify percentage revenue via channel, percentage spend by channel, and identify any overdependence. 40% is that magic number. You don't want to be depending on any channel for more than 40% of your acquisition or your revenue. Simple as that. Then we need to start thinking about rebalancing that mix, okay? So gradually starting to reduce the spend and dependence on that dependent channel and reallocating that, not just adding more. If there's more to spend, great. What an ideal situation to be in, but often there isn't. So it's about gradually working on certain channels to maintain that profitability, but being able to edge some of your budget away to reinvest in a different area. It isn't the most simple part of the process, but it's an important one, and when done correctly, it's super valuable. Prioritize your content repurposing. So a lot of the time, I think starting on a new channel can seem really overwhelming because of the amount of content that needs to be produced. That is a valid hesitation, but there are ways that you can repurpose content. It's something we do a lot of work on in the agency, and no, it isn't lazy, it's productive and it's getting the best out of your budget. So it's about turning ads into organic content, it's about turning blogs into social video content, increasing your output without increasing the cost, creating your SEO content, for example, in a way that we know is LLM friendly and is likely to be picked up. So doing those things, repurposing what you already have, not always trying to reinvent the wheel and create something fresh, is a really fantastic way to diversify your e-commerce ecosystem without having to throw a load of extra budget at it. Strengthen your retention. Say it louder for you guys at the back. Retention is so often forgotten about, and it's a really fantastic way to maintain stability whilst you are perhaps moving budget around to redefine and diversify your ecosystem. So email flows, your welcome flows, your abandoned cart, your post-purchase. How well are they working for you? Are they as optimized as they possibly can be? Revisit these. Make sure that they're driving as much revenue as possible. These guys can make you money in your sleep while you're trying to determine the best way to split your budget across your other channels. SMS where appropriate, something that's really kind of overlooked. This might be a new channel that you might perhaps need to investigate adding to your ecosystem, in which case it's a slightly different situation. But if you're doing a little bit of it, scale it a little bit more, look at the findings, analyze the data, and use it more to your benefit. And then loyalty and repeat purchase incentives. They're a fantastic way to just be able to keep things ticking over while you're working on things with acquisition channels in the background. So introduce, if you haven't already, a loyalty scheme. There are lots of tech partners, including some of ours, that offer that, but there's also other ways that you can do that, and we've done it countless times within your email platform. Just encouraging repeat purchases, simple flows that once a customer has spent X amount, you reward them with an incentive, whether that's a free gift or a percentage off their order, and let them know that they're getting closer towards that. So it doesn't have to be a fully fledged loyalty program that, again, you're investing more money into. It's about introducing that as a priority into an existing channel, such as email or SMS maybe. Generally, a rule that we like to give to clients and prospects and just other brands that we speak with in the e-commerce community is test a new channel per quarter. I think when we take on the task of diversifying your e-commerce ecosystem and de-risking your business, you want to do everything now, and I get that. I'm that type of person too. But actually, it doesn't need to be done that quickly. We are building foundations for real future proofing and real success here. Rome wasn't built in a day. So keep testing in a controlled way, one channel per quarter. Define what success looks like to you before or at the start of that, so you can keep track of that. And then really kill underperformers quickly. Yes, some channels take longer than others to show performance, but you know your brand, you get a pretty good indication pretty quickly of whether something's going to work or not. If it's not going to work, don't throw loads of budget at it, take it out. And not everything will work for your brand. I think that's a really important thing. We are not, when building your e-commerce ecosystem, looking to add every single channel that exists into your chart, into your reports every month. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is those top performing 5, 4, 6 channels that mean that you don't have one single point of weakness in your marketing strategy. So if you are like me, and as soon as you're given a challenge, you like to run full steam ahead, that is great, and I'm excited for you with this one, but don't do it too quickly. Slow and intentional diversification is the best way to use your expertise to make those decisions that are data-led, that are really going to help de-risk and future-proof your brand. 1 channel per quarter is the sweet spot. For more e-commerce strategies, insights, and conversations, subscribe to the Ecom One channel.